What up, HyperChange? Wanted to make a quick update. Just got back from the craziest event ever, Reducetarian Summit. Had no idea what this was. Got an email like a month ago. Went, checked it out. Mind was blown. This is like the biggest thing happening in food. It's going to have incredible implications across every avenue of the food industry. Basically what it is, this guy called Brian, really awesome visionary in the food space, came up with this word. He gave a TED Talk. I'll link to it. He came up with this new term called Reducetarian. This is like, it describes my food eating philosophy, is the start of a movement that I think is going to become a bigger and bigger piece of our food system. Reducetarian is going to throw vegetarian out the window. It's going to throw vegan out the window. This is going to be a bigger trend than all that. What does it mean? It's all about reducing meat consumption and this whole philosophy of trying to frame like eating more sustainably and healthy in a positive way, not alienating people by saying you're vegan or vegetarian. The whole conference was all these panels discussing about how we can create a more sustainable, environmentally friendly food system and taking into account animal welfare and take into account like socioeconomic status and accessibility. Just all about figuring out a way to make a food system that is better for everyone on the planet. And this word Reducetarian has so much potential, I think, because I saw this firsthand at the conference. Like vegans, vegetarians, people like me who love burgers, all could come around this one cause and rally around it and just come to terms with the fact that we're all trying to improve the food system and have a constructive discussion, not make it like I'm a vegan or I'm a vegetarian, etc. Really exciting, and I just think it has like huge potential. Like, even got a swag bag. A bunch of really cool startups were there. Unfortunately, no public companies, but like Hampton Creek, Impossible Foods, Memphis Meats, like Hungry Planet, a bunch of other startups. Like all these cool companies working to tackle solutions for a sustainable food system. And why this got me so excited is because the bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. Like we need to fix the entire way protein is produced and consumed on the planet because it's the biggest emitter of greenhouse gas emissions of any industry. These startups are at the forefront of fixing that. We made an episode about Impossible Foods, like teaming up with Bear Burger. We want them to team up with Shake Shack. Like that is just the inkling of the tip of the iceberg of a mega industry movement that's going to lead to so many more crazy companies and startups being built, like creating a more sustainable food system. Yeah, so I don't know. I just want to make this episode to tell you guys, like, I'm a Reducetarian. I had no idea until I discovered this. I'm actively trying to reduce my meat consumption to reduce my carbon footprint. It's something I've personally been trying to work on for like a year or two, and now there's a word to describe it. There's a whole movement behind it. There's so much good happening, and I saw it firsthand at this conference, so I wanted to give a huge shout out to Brian and the entire Reducetarian like foundation, everybody involved, put on an incredible event. Like, I hope I get to go next time. I think it was the first one. I think this is only going to get bigger and bigger, and it has massive implications. Companies like Tyson, Cargill, all these factory farming companies are totally screwed. I think this is going to be like the next big trend, like industry to get disrupted, is factory farming. And once the veil is lifted on how meat products are produced in the mainstream, I think that's going to influence a mega consumer inflection point on what we consume, and that's going to lead to mega demand and growth for things like the Impossible Burger from Impossible Foods, and for things like Memphis Meats, who's developing like real meat but grown in a lab. So much exciting stuff going on. We're going to cover it all on HyperChange. Reducetarian Summit, the Reducetarian organization, check it out because this is only going to get more and more important by the day. Taking such a big, complex issue and boiling it down into one simple word and movement that everybody can be a part of is a huge way to propel change. I was just so hyped that I had to make a video. Check out the Reducetarian Summit. Check out their website. Anyway, that's HyperChange. Trying to keep you guys updated on cool stuff going on. Peace.